Hey, what's up, family? Look, we have to see that it's possible because we can too. So if you one who kind of struggle with believing, if you one who necessarily lack faith, therefore you have to see it to believe it. Okay, bet that. Let's do just that, right? When it comes down to the dream, when it comes down to the visions, God downloads inside of us the dream, the vision. Like he placed the desire in our hearts that align with the dream and the vision. So we have to first of all look at our situation where we are, because when we look at our situation that we're not necessarily pleased or comfortable with, then that that is something inside of us that desires a change, right? So as we look around how we live and where we living at, so on and so forth, not being ungrateful at all, not being thankful for um, God and what He has done in our lives, how He continues to provide and send people into our lives when we need them, and not even just when we need them, just they are always there to help us get through the things that we go through in life, right? We we want a change. We all do. The thing is that we don't believe that it's possible and we don't see that it's possible. So with the dream and vision, we have to look inside of ourselves, being motivated from our everyday life to start to see what that change look like, to see what that different look like, right? Then we get to tapping into the vision and the dream. Like the things that we truly want to do, when we start to tap into the future life that we will want to have, that we feel like that would be, oh man, like this, man, if I had this life, you know what I mean? Like it's a direct connection to what our heart desires. So know that it's possible just from that alone. And then every single day, spend time in that dream, in that vision, spending time into that future, believing that my future will be this one day. If we start to spend time in the vision, we start to spend time in the dream, we start to spend time in what I like to call the future of what our life will become, then we'll have a connection with that future. The more we spend time in our future, we'll start to see that it's possible because now we're emotionally attached to it, because we're in our imagination of that dream and that vision. Then we'll be able to see more in that future life. We'll start to add to that future life, and that will become drawn to. So when we start to look around in our situation, then we'll still have that belief, knowing that, you know what, this is temporary. We'll be able to motivate ourselves and encourage ourselves that this not the end, that we have a future, because now we believe, being active in our dream, in our vision, in our future every single day, we'll know that that's the future that God created me to have. That's the life and abundance that I have in Christ. So it'll be much harder to give up and much easier to fight through it. And when we start to do that more and more often, then that faith will begin to build in those hardships that we go through, that process that we must encounter and live in those chapters of our lives, that will help us when we overcome those challenges, that will help us grow in faith. So now we will come to a point where we don't necessarily have to see it. Although we see it every single day, spending time in our future, we don't have to physically see it. Now we're tapping into faith. We believe in it and we'll continue to work towards achieving those goals. That's faith. So first, yes, we may have to see it first, but that don't necessarily mean physically. We see it in our vision. We see it in our dream. We see it in the spiritual realm first. And then we grow in our belief. We grow in our faith. And we'll continue to fight and press towards. We'll begin to see it more and more often. And we'll love what we see every single day in our future. And we'll continue to persevere through no matter what the hardships are. Because we believe that is what makes us stronger and endure more. It's our faith, not giving up when it's so easy to give up. So you continue to press towards. I'm going to continue to press towards. It's our future. It's waiting for us. So just like the other individuals, they went through hell too. We just don't know the full story. We just see where they are now. They had a beginning. They had the process, the hardships, the challenges. They just pressed towards. Guess what? Look at the life they're living now. Granted, we don't know what's going on behind the scenes, but know that just like it appears that they reached a certain level of success or they're living the life that God created them to have, the same thing for us. We're going to have things going on behind the scenes, but we're going to continue to fight and press towards. And just like them, guess what? We can and we will too. Let's go.